Going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I thank you for taking the time on this not so beautiful Monday night. Quite the crappy day, but rain stopped here, so hope you guys had an enjoyable day, stayed safe out there. But tonight we are getting pumped up because tomorrow it's training camp. So getting excited, the guys going down there. And look, I'll be real with you. At the NovaCare, it's awesome, but they need to go back to Lehigh. But still excitement to be had because a lot of competition to be had here. So tonight we're going to be talking about the top 10 battles to watch, and we're going to rank them. So I'm very, very pumped up about this team. You know that we have talked about every single position individually. So we're just going to go through this as quickly as we can, talk about these matchups quick, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Any questions, comments you have, please feel free to throw them my way. So thank you for taking the time again. Thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff you're doing to support me. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week, but let's get this bad boy started with the top 10 training camp battles. And we know that Nick Sirianni, he's got his handful with a lot of young talent here. So a lot of, decisions to be made here that, we're going to look back on in the future and hope that we made the right ones with some of these depth pieces. So we're going to find out, the upcoming training camp and preseason, who wants to step it up, who wants to win a job. So I'm pretty pumped up. You guys know how I felt about Nick Sirianni. Wanted to give him a chance. We wanted to see how he learned from his mistakes. Handed over the reins, allowed Shane Steichen to start play calling, and we know that Doug Peterson refused to do that. So love to see it. I really think in year two, this whole coaching staff, everybody is really about to step it up. We got a lot more pieces. I think, the things they were trying to do, you needed more players, better personnel. And I think, we know that on defense for sure, but on offense even. And we added a star-studded wide receiver, so I think that there's a lot of excitement to be had. But let's talk about the matchups that we definitely want to keep our eyes on for the future of this team. So without further ado, let's get into this with number 10. And number 10, we're going to talk about who is going to be the third string quarterback, because we know that Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew both, have their jobs locked down. And I feel that, Gardner Minshew could still definitely, if a team becomes quarterback needy, wants to trade for him, that could happen. But it depends on how you feel about these two guys here. So it's a battle between Reed Sinnett and Carson Strong. And I think, we talked about Carson Strong before the draft. He was one of the better quarterbacks. I think that knee injury definitely held him back. But look, we got him as an undrafted free agent. We grabbed Reed Sinnett last year. He played a little bit for Miami, but both not very much experience there for Reed. Only 2 years, but he hasn't played in an NFL game. So Carson Strong coming in here, I think he's got more upside. We've seen what we've seen from Reed Sinnett. I think he could be on the outside looking in. So that's a matchup I definitely think you're going to want to keep your eye on. And I think that it's important because if both of them really step it up, if Carson Strong's that backup quarterback, he stays healthy, then you can move on from Gardner. I don't know if I feel safe about that, but you never know with these teams. So just throwing it out there. Now, number 9 on the board. Are we going to keep a backup D tackle or nose tackle? We talked about that rotation, and we've talked about the different schemes. You're going to see Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave all next to each other, Milton Williams coming in. So you're going to have a lot of different rotations, but you need some depth pieces. So it's going to come down to it's what's crazy to me is, we have Jordan Davis now. We have a nose tackle. Are we going to keep someone as depth? Maybe we try to keep Noah Ellis on the practice squad, but he's really the only other guy. I know Marvin Wilson, Renell Wren, some of the other guys, the back end of the roster. If you guys want to hear about any of them, we did every single position here at On the Road to Victory, and we talked about all of them. So go check it out. So you've got Marlon Tuipulotu, somebody we drafted last year, and look, he really didn't get any playing time, but I think he's somebody that's obviously more of a D tackle, and he played a little nose tackle, but so did Renell Wren and Marvin Wilson in college, but that doesn't matter in the NFL. You look at the size difference there, got about almost 40 pounds there on him. So I really think that Noah Ellis has a chance here, but we'll see if the Eagles, what kind of depth they want to keep there. But we know we have Milton Williams there, so really excited to see that battle indeed. So on to the next one, number 8, backup linebackers. Hold on, we got a couple of comments here. My man Randall in the building. What is going on, my dude? Hope you are having yourself a great start to your week. Appreciate you tuning in. Jay, my man, we're talking about the top 10 matchups because, well, Randall, Jay, guys, we are getting ready for training camp tomorrow. So getting pumped up. So a lot of matchups to keep our eyes on. We've talked about every position, but Let's break it down. And I'm ranking them right here, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. So whatever questions, comments you have, keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, I'm actually excited for Marlon Tuipulotu and Camp One, guys. I'm going to, yeah. And that's somebody I definitely want to keep my eye on. That's somebody close to somebody I'm close with. So he has definitely been doing all he can to step it up. And, some of these guys, again, in the NFL, it's a much different game. So we'll see what he does in year 2, and we'll hope the best for him. So definitely going to keep our eyes on that one. And I appreciate you taking the time, Jeff. And look, this team, it's just training camp. I get it, but there's excitement to be had here. So I know some people, it's just training camp. Look, I'll be doing this throughout preseason, everything. I don't care. I need all of it. I love it. Yes, give me more, please. And thank you. Now, let's talk about these backup linebackers. You know how I feel about this. Nakobe Dean, Kaiser White. Oh, hell yes. Yes for the future. Then you talk about TJ Edwards, run stopping machine. He can come in certain schemes, stop the run. I still like him a lot. I think he makes this squad, but beyond that, how many linebackers do you keep? So we're going to talk about the Sam linebackers in a second here, but these inside guys, we're talking about Davian Taylor, who was stepping it up last year when given the chance, but then again got injured. So unfortunate, but in his 2 years dealt with injuries. So, unfortunately, he was grabbed a little high. So people are really, hard on him, but I think he's got a lot of talent. So hopeful that he can provide a depth piece, maybe some special teams work. And then Sean Bradley, I think that, the same thing goes for him, but not with the injury. I think he can help you on special teams, depth piece. I think the Eagles could end up keeping 5 of these guys. So the 3 guys I mentioned, and then these 2 here, I'm looking forward to seeing them duke it out to see if, they just keep 4. One of these guys makes it. Who will it be? But I would love to see both of them make it. So we'll see exactly how it goes down, but it's going to be exciting. And obviously, we're not just going to get those answers tomorrow, but, we're going to get a little taste of it. And that's all we need, baby. So we're going to keep talking about it. But going Wednesday to the open practice, or tomorrow is a physical day. I will be going to the open practice possibly on the 6th there or whatever. Yeah, maybe, possibly. I think, yeah, I'll get back to you on that one, Randall, but hope to be there. If so, definitely would love to meet some of you guys. But go Birds, you know it, Dylan. Appreciate you taking the time. We're keeping this bad boy rolling, though. Got some things to do tonight, but we're talking this top 10, and we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about what we've seen, how they're lining up, what they're doing, those multiple defensive schemes. I cannot wait. So with those multiple defensive schemes, we talk about those Sam linebackers. So who wants to be that backup to Hassan Reddick? So what an upgrade that is over Jannard Avery. But beyond that, you had Patrick Johnson last year who stepped it up actually in his rookie year, thrown into the fire in a new defense. And I think, he and Kyron Johnson pictured here, who really is an exciting draft pick for me, 4.4 speed, played defensive end last couple of years, but started as an inside linebacker. That's exactly what you want from a Sam linebacker, that pass rushing ability, but also the ability to drop in coverage. So you love to see it, and I'd love to see these two duke it out. I think, in my opinion, it could be Kyron Johnson who wins that job, but it's only going to be one, in my opinion. So if I have us keeping 5 of those other linebackers and 2 of, obviously Hassan Reddick's making the team, and then out of one of these guys, Kyron Johnson, I think those 2, that's 7 linebackers, just like we did last year. That's something we talked about in this multiple defensive scheme. They're different. So these Sam linebackers, really excited to see who wins that backup job to Hassan Reddick. So best of luck to both of them. But on to number 6, which is the running backs. Boston Scott always comes in Mr. Dependable. Love the dude. But is he a trade piece? Is he someone that, they keep around again because he has all of that versatility? Well, we will find out, because they added Jason Huntley, a year or 2 ago, and he's been, handling his own in the kick return. Does okay in preseason here and there, but I'm not so sure. But you've got Kennedy Brooks and now Jaquan Hardy, who, obviously is working out. They're saying he's not really signing. We'll see, regardless of what happens. You've got some guys duking it out. Who is going to be the backups to 1A and 1B, in my opinion? Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell. I think they're both going to see a hefty workload, and that's not a knock on Miles Sanders. I think he's going to kick some ass, but I think Kenny's going to get his share too. But beyond that, who wants to be the 3rd running back? Are they going to keep 4? I don't really think so, in my opinion, but is Boston Scott, almost of the same mold as those other guys, So do they keep maybe someone like Kennedy Brooks or Jaquan Hardy because, they have that elusiveness and that power near the goal line? Well, only time will tell. So that's definitely a matchup I'm going to keep my eye on. So excited about that one. And then number 5, we're getting in the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. The backup wide receivers. Now, in my opinion, I think that, it's going to be the top three, obviously, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and I think Quez Watkins is that guy. So hold on one sec. Jaquan Hardy reminds me a little of Dameon Pierce on the floor. I like Dameon Pierce. The dude gave us the longest run. Well, I think Jaquan Hardy there a little lacking in speed. I'm not to say that, Pierce is the fastest guy in the world, but I don't know. I like the comparison. I see what you're saying, but that's one of the knocks I had on him. The smaller hands, some of the things I talked about yesterday with Jaquan Hardy. But look, it's a training camp body. He's going to battle it out. I hope that he steps it up. But I like the comparison, man. That's a great point. But one of the things, that run he had on us, it's like, damn, this guy's not even that fast. But if you watch his highlights, he has a lot of runs like that. So speed isn't everything. 40 times people look at that. So I do like the comparison you made there. I like Dameon Pierce. I did. I really did. And I had him, as a decent pick, in those mid rounds. I thought, maybe if you wanted to dabble and dance with someone like that. But again, maybe you bring a Jordan Howard back at some point. I don't know. Whatever the Eagles want to do, we shall see. What is going on, Mrs. Burgang? Hope you and Mr. Burgang are doing well. We're ready to rock and roll going through this top 10 training camp battles. Jeff, my man, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all you guys shouting each other out. Let's go. Let's look at these receivers, though. We mentioned the top three, but to me, it's not that Zach Pascal is not going to make the team. I feel he definitely will. It's who wants to be 4, 5, and is there possibly a 6? So if you guys want to see that broken down extensively, go to the wide receiver video that I have on my YouTube page. Zach Pascal, I believe, makes this team. I do believe Jalen Reagor, if not traded, will be on this team just because it hurts you to get rid of him, just to cut him. So that's stupid. Maybe he can provide something somewhere. And look, he doesn't need to be one of those top guys now. We talk about having A.J. Brown, talk about having Devontae Smith. So these are the guys. Are they going to try to, keep Devin Allen? Maybe Britton Covey steps it up. I think there could be a possibility that we keep 6. Go check that video out on the wide receivers, though. So I think that's going to be a really fun battle to definitely watch. And, you've got some good quarterbacks in Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew slinging it in there in practice. So even the backups will get some good balls thrown to them. We'll see. And I like Carson Strong. So it's going to be a fun training camp. Now, on the number 4, I want to talk about the return specialists. Okay, so Jalen Reagor had that last year, right? And had his struggle. So we saw people like Jason Huntley and Kenny Gainwell, Quez Watkins getting there. So we've got some options back there. But we're hopeful that if he couldn't be, a stud receiver, maybe he could help us in the return game. So that'd be great. But now it's Jalen Reagor versus the field here. So in my opinion, he's got to step it up somewhere. And look, I think, he's definitely got the talent. I hope he gets his mind right. I know he's been through a lot, so I'm hoping the best for him. He is an Eagle, so I want this kid as a first-round pick, especially to really pan out. You don't want to see that wasted, and you don't want to see anybody fail. So I'm really hopeful that the kid, gets it, his mind right, whatever he needs to do, his body right. And I've seen the talent. I like the kid. So look, he's got some guys here to compete with him, though. So you see some of these other guys, maybe Quez Watkins or Kenny Gainwell, with the talent they have in front of them, they could be used in the return game. But for me, some of these other guys are trying to win a job, and they could do that by providing depth at their respective position and being a return man. So Zach Pascal does that once again. I think he's a sure lock, probably number 4 or 5 wide receiver. I think 4. I think he's going to split a lot of time with Quez Watkins. And beyond that, I think, you'll see maybe some Reagor. But I would like to see a guy like Covey or maybe Allen step it up as a returner, because this return game is in need of a spark. So Britton Covey, to me, wow, man, I really like what I've seen in college. Now, Devin Allen didn't have too many returns, but he did have some explosive plays, and he hasn't played football in 6 years, but you've seen he's still got that Olympic speed, the hurdling, all that. So dude's in shape. We'll just see if he can be in football shape. So he's got an uphill battle, but I'm excited that we have some damn competition. So now it's time to get into the top 3. Let me know how you're feeling about these guys so far. But, I can't believe it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. And then we still got to wait. But, dude, it's almost here. Almost here. So number 3, the backup cornerbacks. There is a lot of young talent here, and I'm very excited to watch these guys. Yes, Britton Covey, I'm very excited. If you guys missed any of those videos, go check them on YouTube. You got highlights of the undrafted guys, all that stuff. Britton Covey is very exciting, so I agree with you there, Randall. I'm excited to see what he does in this camp. But the cornerbacks, man, this is everybody keeps mentioning the wide receivers. Oh, they've got 12. And I kept saying, dude, we've got 13 corners. Well, now we're down to 12 after we cut Craig James, but still a lot of corners, still a lot of competition because who the top three are. We obviously got three really good ones right now, and I'm very excited about that. And Darius Slay, James Bradbury, and Avonte Maddox. So excited there. But let's take a gander. Who wants to be the backups? So you've got Zach McPherson, who I still think has, a lot of talent, but very raw. So we knew that last year. And I think, he's definitely going to be expected to play a little bit more. And I hope that he does. But beyond that, man, you brought in Josiah Scott last year. You signed Jimmy Moreland a couple of weeks ago. And Tay Gowan was part of that Zach Ertz trade. I really liked Tay Gowan before that draft. We talked about that at that size, 6'1". I really like what he was able to do. Thought he would be great in the later rounds. I believe he went in the 6th round of the Cardinals. So I loved when he was part of that trade because we were going to make that move with Ertz anyway. Got the picks, but dude, he was a nice little, sprinkling on top. So I love it. And, I cannot wait to see what these guys do. So you've got Jimmy Moreland, very versatile inside out. He's a tough dude, can play special teams. Love that. McPherson, he can play inside, outside. I know they were, teaching him inside a lot last year, but he can play both. And then Tay Gowan, man. I just think that this dude is going to make the team. I think McPherson and Gowan will be two guys. And maybe you keep a 6th in Jimmy Moreland. I think he could beat out Josiah Scott, but I love the fact that there is some damn competition finally at all of the positions. And if you missed any of them, you're bored tonight, you just need something, go check out all of those damn videos because there's content for every damn position. We went through all of them, talking about every single guy and who's on the bubble, who my predicted depth chart is. So you're going to get to learn everybody. There's highlight videos, all that stuff. So go check them out. But right here, we're just going through the top 10 quickly. But hey, my man JP in the building. Better late than ever. Indeed, my friend. But dude, we are trying to breeze through this. It's the only reason we're already number 3. I got some things to do, but I am pretty pumped up. Jimbo got Tay Gowan. Follow on Twitter today. Just nice. How crazy is that? Tay Gowan right here on the page. And my man got a follow from Tay Gowan. That's what's up. Dude, I'm a big fan of him. So look, we're hoping that he can make this squad, but the fact that there is some competition here, very excited. So Dylan also pumped up about it. And I think, these young guys having Gannon there, people can say what they want. He's a very smart guy. And I think, obviously as an ex-defensive back coach, he's really going to help them. So really be able to help them. I don't know what I just said there, but yeah, let's go. So I am pumped about it. Now we're about to get into the top 2, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, now we've got some starters we're talking about here. So the starting safeties. The question is, Marcus Epps going to start? So Marcus Epps, I really like the kid we talked about before we made the addition of Jaquiski Tartt. And look, I'd still love to add Jesse Bates. Don't get me wrong. But Marcus Epps is a very talented young man. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on the fact that, he was a strong safety, but he can definitely play free safety. I thought his coverage skills were greatly improved upon last year. So I think the dude has a lot of talent, and I think he's one of those sleeper dudes. And I think regardless of what we talk about here and who the starter is, he's going to get his snaps. And I think that can be said for all 3 of these guys. So Anthony Harris brought back, and I think we talked about either he or Rodney McLeod coming back, needed to have one of those veteran guys. You bring back Harris. Talked about adding someone like a Jaquiski Tartt, a versatile guy, known as, a strong safety. But, dude, he's like 3rd in coverage amongst safeties since 2019. And, look, this guy can hit. He, I believe, is Philly made, man. I just think this is why we talked about him before we signed him. So I love what he adds to the mix, so you've got 3 guys that all could be the starter. So whoever the hell wins the job, I don't care. We've talked about the multiple sets and schemes and things you could see with all of them on the field at the same time. I just love the fact that we have some damn depth everywhere. So who's going to win free safety? I don't know. All of them could win that free safety job. Who's going to win strong safety? I have no idea. All 3 of them could win that strong safety job. So I love that. I love that. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's where we're still lacking. And look, man, I know you want an all-pro at every damn position. And look, so why? And I think these guys that we have are definitely going to get better and get themselves to certain accolades. I won't get ahead of myself, but I think that we're going to look really good this year. I think this defense people are sleeping on. So I'm excited about it. And I think the safeties are very important. But when you have a front 7, go check that video out because the different schemes people are For some reason, they didn't see that we were running 50% of the time last year. Those odd fronts. That's why we added a nose tackle, a Sam linebacker, and a Son Reddick. That they're specific pieces we needed. That's why we talked about those pieces. So excited, adding Tart. And look, man, maybe we added Bates, but that's a risky move. We talked about it. You only get him for 1 year. You don't know if he's going to sign. You have to wait till next year to get him to a long-term deal. Sure, he could tell you that, but so could Jimmy Butler. So could Jadeveon Clowney. So you never know what's going to happen there, man. But I would probably do it. I'll be real with you. I'd love to have Jesse Bates. So yeah, but these three right here, this trio, I think, in my mind, I would be totally okay with going into the season with these guys. So regardless of a trade or not, I'm pumped that we have some damn competition there. And it is my number 2 on the damn board. My man Drew in the building. What is going on, dude? Just in time before the number 1 reveal. And I'm sure you've probably all figured it out by now, but a very, very important piece here. So we know Brandon Brooks retired, but he was banged up all of last year, going through things, last couple years. And we were able to see, with injuries to other guys too, a lot of these young guys step up. So now we've got ourselves a nice little conundrum here at right guard. So who is going to step it up? Is it going to be Isaac Seumalo? And look, I love Isaac Seumalo. I think that people sleep on him. And Drew, didn't mean to blow you off there. I hope you're doing well, man. Always great to see you, my man. But you're just in time for number 1. I am in a little bit of a rush tonight, so we were breezing through it. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments, thoughts. And if you watch this later, you want to comment down below, let me know. Always down to talk some birds with you. But this number 1 battle here, I am excited about because each one of them, if one of them wins, I don't care. If the other one wins, I don't, you know what I mean? I liked Jack Driscoll a lot. And I think he stepped in well for Lane Johnson too at right tackle. So his versatility, we talked about that when we brought him in, man. So drafting him was huge. I love the fact that he's been able to, already show what he can do. And Isaac Seumalo, in his, experience here, I think honestly, he has been slept on because he's been surrounded by greats, Jason Peters, Jason Gelsey, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson. It's like, oh yeah, well, this dude still got it. And he was banged up last year, and I think that sparked a fire in him. So hopefully he comes out here swinging. And then, you've got Jack Driscoll, who's a young man, who wants to be a damn starter. So I cannot wait to see who wins the job. But I think Isaac Seumalo could walk away with this job just because they both dealt with injuries. And not to say you want to rush one back over the other, but, Jack Driscoll being young, want to take it easy on him. And he provides that swing capability. So I know if something were to happen, it's not like he couldn't just go from right guard to right tackle. I'm just saying maybe you want to run, that extra tackle set, or maybe you want, something happens and you just want him to be ready. You have somebody that is comfortable at right guard. Maybe you already have that in place. So that's just where my thinking is, but I cannot wait to see the battle. And, everybody else has pretty much got their job locked up because Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson. So this is really exciting. Whoever wins the job, they're surrounded by greats, and it's going to be really exciting. So I hope you enjoyed all 10 of those battles to watch out for tomorrow. Let me know how you feel. Anybody else you want to talk about? And look, if you feel like I wasn't talking about some of those lower end guys on the depth chart, that's because we already went into detail on every position. So I just thought, we would talk about the actual battles. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy this content, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and we'll be talking birds live next time. So if you do that, I really look forward to talking with you because all the people that have been joining lately, man, you guys, this is what it's all about. This is what we're looking for, the diehards. So getting ready for an exciting season. So let's strap in, get ready with all of the content we possibly can. And I'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on training camp tomorrow. And then I hope you're following me on all these other platforms, always posting and stuff, but I will make a video then. We'll talk about whatever's going on. So I'm a little bit excited. Not going to lie to you. A little bit. It's tomorrow, dude. Drew, you're one of my favorite people, man. You're always really supportive ever since we met, dude. It's always been a great time talking birds with you. And that goes for all of you guys, JP, Dylan, everybody else, whoever I miss, Randall. And, I think Jeff just joined in here. Look, Mrs. Bird Gang, Mr. Bird Gang, everybody that joins in here, Nina. I mean, you guys, I can't do this without you. So truly appreciate you guys, but I got to get rolling out here. Hope you enjoyed all this content. Hope you're ready for tomorrow. Oh, my man, the beard is in the building. And dude, I was just saying how much I got to get out of here, dude. You know, I love you. I got to roll, though. But hope you guys enjoyed this content. We definitely got to meet up soon. And we're going to be, dude, doing more interviews and all kinds of stuff when the season begins. And it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope your week is off to a great start. Stay safe out there. You know, if you ever need anything, you guys can always reach out to me, whether it's about football, life, whatever it is. I say it because I mean it. So thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for taking the time tonight. Stay safe out there. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith. This has been On the Road to Victory. And as always, go Birds!